Hi everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My plan is to make videos on different aircraft in War Thunder, going over my techniques on how to fly these different aircraft and overall my tips and tricks. Thank you to everybody for clicking on my video, it means a lot to me. If you enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe. If anyone has any suggestions of what aircraft I should fly next, please leave it in the comments section down below and I'd be happy to make that video with that aircraft. Anyway, that's enough about me, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Today I will be flying out the A6M3, or as the Allied powers would say, the A6M3 Zeke. This is a Japanese fighter, a part of the Imperial Japanese Navy. A little history about the A6M3 is that only 560 were produced between December of 1942 and the summer of 1943, before it was replaced by the newer and better A6M5. I will talk more about the A6M5 in a later video. The A6M3 was superior to many of its enemies because of its range, speed, and maneuverability, but at the expense of survivability. It had almost no armor, so it was fairly easy to take down when the Americans would use the boom and zoom tactic. I will show and explain what boom and zooming is in this video. The A6M3 fought aircraft such as the P-40 Warhawk, SBD Dauntless, and the F-4F Wildcat, just to name a few. Once the F-6F Hellcat, P-38 Lightning, and the F-4U Corsair said hello to the Zero had some competition. In War Thunder, as you can see right now, I'm climbing as high as I can. I do this because I will be above most of my enemies, which gives the element of surprise. The A6M3 is at a battle rating of 4.0, and at this battle rating, I've noticed that a lot of people don't pay attention above them, or just at all. As I side climb up to altitude, I'm looking for enemy aircraft that are low and alone. Side climbing is when you climb up and away from your airfield so you can get away from the chaos for some time. You always want to be thinking ahead in War Thunder and flying in general. If someone is flying low and alone near you, and you have a ton of altitude but it's still early on in the battle, make a mental note of their whereabouts so you can hopefully circle back to take them out. Remember, the enemy aircraft are also most likely trying to climb as high as they can, so if you dive too early, you will be at a significant disadvantage. I see multiple enemy aircraft on my teammate well below me, so I'm just trying to pick out who my target will hopefully be to help out this P-47. I start a dive and use a technique called a forward slip. This technique will make me lose altitude and hold a certain airspeed. To do a forward slip, you need to put in opposite aileron, opposite rudder, and hold it. As I level out, I'm back to looking for a target, and I'm always aware of my surroundings. I start my dive, kill power, and use the forward slip technique. I spot the I-185 and choose him as my target. Got his left flap off, and climb all the way back up because I have a ton of energy. And that right there is a boom and zoom. After the boom and zoom, I climb some more. I see a P-47 flying towards me. He turns away. I see the I-185 coming back, and I'm able to kill him right here. I see the P-47 never turned away, so I'm gonna get a couple of shots off on him. Got an oil leak right now, and after a couple of shots of 20 mils, there he goes. Immediately after that, I see that my teammate needs my help, so I rush over to try and kill the enemies. I'm actively looking around me to be aware of my surroundings. Seafire tries to go head on with me, so I dive away. The I-225 fires at me and misses. I go vertical, looking around me, knowing where the enemy is at all times. I dump my flaps to tighten up my turn. This Seafire makes a crucial mistake by going vertical, and I just fire away. I spot the I-225 low and slow, so I want to make sure that I climb above him. He's going to try to follow me up, so I'm just going to keep going higher and higher until he stalls out. There's the stall. I'm going all the way back down. Now I can just stay all over him. At this point, I'm just looking to reload, so I'm going to return to the base. Like I said earlier, I'm looking around me constantly and spot this Yak 3 flying towards my teammate. It doesn't look like he's focused on me right now, so I'm going to use that to my advantage and climb above him. I'm going to try and warn my teammate about the Yak 3 not far behind him. Thankfully my callouts work and this P-51 on my team stops killing ground targets and starts the dogfight with this Yak 3. And after all that, they just end up kamikazing into each other. So now I'm just gonna try to head back to the base. While I'm flying back to the base, I spot the Su-6, so I turn away, try to climb above him, and hope he follows. What I'm basically doing is trying to energy trap him, and it's working. He's following me up. I'm just waiting for him to stall. There he goes. I'm gonna dive down on him, kill the power, so I can stay on his 6. I start firing pretty far out just to try to get some lucky hits, but unfortunately, none of them hit. I want to be careful not to stay behind him for too long because I know he has his back gunner, but I'm still above him. His back gunner is out of range. I gave him an oil leak, and I mean, he's dead. And just like that, he's down. Thank you to everyone for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And if anyone has any suggestions on what I should fly next, just drop that in the comment section down below, and I would be happy to fly that aircraft.